Earlier in the week, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu approved the appointment of Major General Adeyinka Famadewa, retired, as Special Advisor on Homeland Security in recognition of his exceptional record of service, strategic expertise, and outstanding contributions to Nigeria's national security architecture. The federal government said his appointment reflects the administration's commitment to strengthening internal security coordination and improving interagency collaboration in tackling emerging security threats across the country. Joining us on this show to set an agenda for the new head of Homeland Security is Professor Femi Otubanjo, Research Professor of International Relations and Strategic Studies at the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, NIA. He will also discuss what an Obi Kwankwanso ticket means ahead of 2027, as well as party politics in Nigeria. Prof, good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Dr. Abachi. Thank you for having me. Good morning to your colleagues.
Thank you, sir. Well, Prof, before we begin to talk about agenda, let's first interrogate this idea of an advisor on Homeland Security. Now, there's no legal or institutional provision for the office of a Homeland Security Advisor in the Nigerian system. Yes, the president, yes, he can appoint advisors, 22, and if you look at Section 5, yes, he can delegate authority. But with specific reference to Homeland Security, we do not have a formal structure for that. What we have is National Securities Act, under which you have the coordinator of national security, which we call National Security Advisor. Then you have the DSS or SSS, and all of those groups. So what will be the functional, purpose of the Office of Homeland Security? Are we then, just imitating the Americans who have, a Department of Homeland Security as a structured, established office? And having just imported an American imitation, are we not likely to create some kind of conflict? Although that depends on the dynamics of power play between the office of the National Security Advisor and this new invention called Security Advisor on Homeland Security.
Thank you very much. I want to start by saying that the appointment is, for me, the wrong one. We should not be looking for a Homeland Security Advisor. We should be looking for a Homeland Security Bureau or directorate. And an advisor is a personal staff of the president. It is a coordinating office, not an administrative office. Now you have a National Security Advisor, who essentially is also a presidential office. It's not in the Constitution. It's not, but it's in the National Security Act. But because of the misappropriation of territory, of jurisdiction in the presidency, National Security Advisor is operating as if he is the head of all security organizations in the country, which is not the case. In the same way that we should not be appointing a security advisor, I think that there was a basic error in appointing Nuhu Ribadu as NSA. I learned from my experience in in Asoro as a special advisor that the military will do not accept supervision of policemen or any other paramilitary officer. So by making it bad and making it to appropriate the almost coordination of service chiefs, you already created tension which may not be stated, but which will undermine the effectiveness of your counter-insurgency and security administration efforts. I was amused, I'm almost amused when I see Ribadu standing and being flanked by generals. It's an aberration. In any case, Ribadu is not a position, national security advisor is not a constitutional position. It was not cleared by parliament. He cannot supervise ministers and service chiefs who are cleared by parliament. So there's a basic structural and functional disorientation somewhere. And I'm sure if they are going to be honest, they would know that this tension is one of the reasons why the Tinubu administration has not done well in the management of insecurity. There's no doubt that the appointment of Famadewa is a statement or an admission of failure. We are saying that what we have been doing before is not really solving the problem.
Well, I mean, thank you for that conceptual.
So it's a nice way, a very...
Hello, Prof, can you hear me?
Very beautiful... I can hear you, yes.
Okay, yeah, I was thanking you for that conceptual distinction because I started by saying that the Office of the National Security Advisor is a creation of the National Security Agencies Act, which provides for a coordinator. And I was asking for what is the framework for the creation of the Office of Homeland Security Advisor. However, the President of Nigeria can appoint anybody as an advisor. But you have helped us to understand that conceptual confusion that has led to this appointment and the problems that may arise in terms of how, an office that is just merely advisory and an office that is a creation of law, how they can relate. I think you are right, sir, to say that that is where the problem is.
And Prof, if I may piggyback off of Dr. Abati's statement, let me quote from an article published by the Major General Famadewa in 2023 called Let's Talk About National Security. In that article, he made the argument that one of Nigeria's biggest challenges is our inability to create a localized definition for what national security is. He quotes Robert McNamara, former U.S. Defense Secretary, who defined national security as not military hardware, but as development. So he says in the Nigerian context, what do we call national security? Is it the military hardware? Is it the development? So my question is, do you think the absence of a Nigerian definition for what national security means is the foundation of the confusion that we're having in achieving our national security goals?
Well, with all the respect in the world to the learned general, this is just quibbling. When you talk about quibbling with words, there's no domestic or indigenous interpretation of national security. When an armed robber comes to your house, whether it's in Morocco or in VGC or Banana Island, armed robbery is armed robbery. So insecurity is the same everywhere. National security is not localized. It's not regionalized. It's not a regional. It's not a national concept. It's a general concept that talks about the absence or the violation of peace and stability in the country. So that's not a problem. Let us not look for, as they say in Yoruba, let us not start trying to cure eczema when the problem is leprosy. Okay. The problem is that we have not managed insecurity well in Nigeria. Okay. So if the Tinubu administration is honest to itself, that is one area of failure. And that is why it has had to appoint Famadewa a general. Okay. To come and help. Okay. Although I would have, yes.
Okay, sir. Say, finish what you want to say, Prof, before I ask my question, please, sir. Just finish. You say, although you will have, just finish that part and I ask my question, sir.
No, because I would have preferred the creation of a home security ministry or department, which has executive function, not just an advisory function.
Okay, is it for the same country where we're trying to take Oronsoye report and cut down the ministries? Is it not more duplicity and bureaucracy? So what you are saying invariably, please correct me if I'm wrong, Professor, sir, is that the current National Security Advisor cannot achieve success, which some people will argue that he's achieved some level of success because he's a police officer, and you are saying that police officer cannot control military and other security paraphernalia. Is that what you are saying? But this same Nuhu Ribadu has been able to work symbiotically with other, security apparatchik up till now, and he's still doing the work. Second point is, now that we've brought in a general for the same role, who is now the superior between National Security Advisor and Special Advisor on Homeland Security? Because to my mind, I might be wrong, I think it's the same role, to the same people doing the same thing. Is it not a duplicity of roles? I also read an article yesterday where somebody was saying it also has a political slant to it to be able to checkmate political ambitions here and there. Do you see anything political about it? Because if a man like Nuhu Ribadu doing his job already, you now bring another person to take the same role as a general, are you not telling him invariably that he's not doing enough? Are the two roles not the same? Is it not confusion we are seeing? Why don't you just leave Nuhu Ribadu to continue his work? So are some of the concerns, sir.
Well, okay. Insecurity is such a big problem. Like they say, war is too serious to leave to generals alone. Insecurity is too serious to leave to one man alone. And I brought out the nuance, the cultural nuance of a policeman seemingly bossing a general. The generals will not tell you, but they are never happy about it. Essentially, the military is responsible to the Minister of Defense. And if you look at the composition of the National Security Council, the Minister of Defense is the third name on the list after the President and the Vice President. The Foreign Affairs Minister comes after, and the Internal Affairs Minister, before the National Security Advisor. And anybody that the President may choose to co-opt. So, really, I think that Famadewa is not going to be duplicated. I think there's always a demarcation. From what I see, maybe Ribadu will now be concerned with international security rather than domestic security. quite honestly, it is for me.
Prof, what do you mean international security, sir? Is it going to liaise with people like J.D. Vance?
Managing our security.
But in all fairness, and I'm not holding brief for Nuhu, I'm just holding brief for facts. But in all fairness, you are telling a Nuhu Ribadu that has been doing the job, coordinating with the troop members, doing his job here, that he should abdicate his role and give it to a general. Are you not rendering him redundant? Why are you humiliating the man like this? Is this not a humiliation of the man? Because in what you are saying, this is a direct humiliation of the man. He's been doing the job. You are saying you want to bring another person to do the job. And I don't understand this. Please clarify, Prof.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Rufai, this is not about one man. It's about the national interest. People get appointed and people get sacked. You know, there's a performance evaluation of every officer. And when you say that Ribadu is doing the job, I don't know what you are an empiricist. You say you do empirical business. What's the empirical evidence that he's done a good job? It's not there. You see, I keep telling you, using the example of a student who goes to an exam, spends the whole 3 hours writing, but still fails. Success in an exam is the result, not the effort. So when you see people talking about, so you have done well, you have not done well, what are the outcomes? Are Nigerians safer? Have the bandits disappeared?
Okay. What are the outcomes? I think that's a very profound landing point for this conversation, Prof. Thank you for these points that you've given us to stew on and to consider some of the implications of this latest appointment that has been made.